Welcome once again. It's Relationships at Work, a leadership podcast helping you build workplace connection, improve culture, and avoid blind spots. I am your host, Russel Lolacher, a communications and leadership expert with a couple of decades under my belt and a whole heap of curiosity, just like you, on how we can make the workplace a better place. This is Friday. I'm looking at the calendar. It says Friday, so that means it's a solo mini episode coming straight from me to you as a quick, valuable bit of information to help your mindset for the week ahead. These are all inspired by our Raw Note newsletter that comes every week. You can go to russellolacher.com or relationshipsatworkshow.com and sign up for free right there. But hold on, don't do that quite yet. We've got something we need to talk about first. Why leaders should create credos. Communication. It's the foundation of every great leader, even good leaders. Communication is key. And truthfully, we could be doing it a lot more intentionally and a lot more effectively. Our teams are busy. They're juggling multiple priorities. They're being pulled in so many different directions. And surprise, surprise, they're not just thinking about work, even when they're at work. They have a lot on their minds. So to get through to them, cut through the noise, and connect with them, it's work, it's effort, and this is simply the reality of leading a team. So we need to communicate clearly, concisely, understandably, and with relevance. And we have to take the time to learn how our messages are understood so we can adjust them for maximum impact and resonance. I told you, it's work. But this is one of the most powerful things we can do as leaders. To lead is to connect, and leaders can't connect if they can't communicate. So today I'm going to share a communication tool, a connection tool that's worked really well for me that I hope you try sometime. One of the most helpful things I've ever created and communicated was a Credo for my team, C-R-E-D-O. Now, probably wondering what a Credo is. You've heard of visions, you've heard of missions, you've heard of purpose statements. A Credo is a statement, but it's about the beliefs or aims which guide somebody's actions. So I created a short list of principles about this team and about the work that it did, what we believed in, what we valued, and what we practiced. It was 6 or so bullets, but it kept us on track in providing value, being successful, and staying focused. Here were a couple that were in the Credo that we had created. We all own our brand. Be human and a good one. Every word and action is about building trust. Now, this was a communication team. This was a team that engaged with the public, communicated a lot. So when we talk about we all own our brand, there was some skin in the game. There was some ownership, and we represented the larger organization. Be human and a good one, it kind of brings that humanity out. It shows that we are people representing other people, but it's also about being good people. And lastly, that every word and action is about building trust. So we had to be intentional and compassionate and, just really know what we're trying to do, because everything we did, everything we said could break trust or help trust. We posted this on the wall for everybody to see, not just the team, but everybody in the organization. It was like a declaration, but it was also a commitment to ourselves and for anyone who worked with us. Now, for our team, it provided clarity and alignment. It helped define our team identity. It improved decision-making by serving as sort of a guardrail. It motivated us, and it became a point of pride. And for those we worked with, it created transparency. It created alignment, consistency. This is what they were getting. This is who these people were. It made collaboration easier because people understood how we worked. It reinforced our company culture. It built trust. It modeled a healthy workplace for others. A Credo is as much for ourselves. If you're not getting, now if this isn't clear enough, I need to communicate better. A Credo is as much for ourselves as it is for everyone around us. It's like a flag that we use to communicate what we believe in while telling our team's story to anyone interacting with us. So how do we create a Credo? How do you do it? How do you go about doing it? That matters not only to your team, but to the purpose of the organization, to the work environment. Well, I've got seven areas that I think you really need to focus on to sort of line up and then work your way through. Because a team credo isn't just about the words. It's a guiding philosophy that personally defines you as a team. Now, to create a credo that matters, we went through a few steps, and I want to share those with you. The first thing we did was we started with a purpose. Why does our team exist? What impact and value do we have? What impact and value do we want to have? This isn't about productivity. This isn't about delivery. This is about capturing the heart of our work and what we're striving for. It should also support the organization's larger mission and vision and goals. You shouldn't be going rogue here. Second is identify the team's core values. Now, this is about shaping your team identity and decision making. Pick 3 or 5 and make sure that they are meaningful to the team, that they resonate, that they're looking at these words and go, yeah, that's us. They can't be generic and they can't be corporate speak. Number 3, I kind of hinted at it there, get team input. They need to be part of this. Involve them through a survey or a workshop, however you want to engage. It really depends on the size of the team. If it's a smaller team, get them together. I mean, me personally, I prefer to workshop. And ask questions like, what behaviors make this team great? What do we want to be known for? They need to be part of this process. If they're not involved, they won't feel ownership of it. Once you have those conversations and you're identifying core values and you're trying to figure out purpose, you need to define your guiding behaviors. It's time to get actionable. That's where we're getting here. Take those values and make them behaviors that guide the team every day. For example, trust was a value, but our behavior was every word and action is about building trust. It gives context and it gives intention. The 5th thing is you got to keep it concise and you got to keep it inspiring. Too many times I've seen where people want to put way too much and write novels instead of being succinct and to the point. The best credos are short, they're memorable, and they're impactful. So create 3 to 6 statements and avoid that corporate jargon that I mentioned earlier, because people's eyes will glaze over and they don't really mean anything to anyone. 6th step I would recommend is to make it visible and then live it. Make a poster, put it on a wall, put it in your email signature, make journals, make notepads, own it, live it, make it a part of the DNA of the group, mention it at meetings. Hey, have a recognition program around it when people exemplify one of those behaviors. Live it. And last, everything's organic. Everything can change over time. So revisit it and evolve over time. Nothing is ever set in stone. So as you grow as a team, check back on your credo and adjust accordingly. As a team, do we still believe in these things? Are they still part of our identity? Are they still who we are? Maybe even adjust it as new people come in and out of your team, because it's not going to be the same team from start to finish. It should be a living document. A credo is a reflection of who you are as a team. The most meaningful ones are the most personal. It's about planting a flag in the sand and saying, this is us, how can we help you? And remember, it shouldn't separate you from others in the organization. This is not an us versus them thing. It should demonstrate how you contribute and what it's like to work with you. Because really getting a credo together, it's about inspiration, not separation. Now, I encourage you to go out there and try putting a credo together for your team and see what it does for them. See what it does for you. And that'll do it. That'll wrap up another solo mini episode, courtesy of moi, your host, Russel Lolacher. This has been Relationships at Work, a leadership podcast helping you build workplace connection, improve culture, and avoid blind spots. Thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me today and really prioritize your learning and your mindset and your development, because we all know leaders do not get enough support in that area. So I appreciate you doing it for yourself. Or maybe this is being played to a group of people that are wanting to prioritize. I think that's super important. All right. Why am I still talking? You got stuff to do. Take care.